The Romulan D7. Last I left off, I airbrushed basically a little bit of shading and weathering on it. And then I sealed everything with Future so I could start the decals. And I only got 4 decals on so far. They're not too bad. They're a little thick, but very manageable. And not brittle or thin, just a little thick, which is not a bad thing and not good at the same time. You know, I like them a little thinner, but it is what it is. They go on great on a smooth surface and a little bit of setting solution help it go down. Hopefully, I always do a couple decals every day, and that way you don't necessarily get them on your hand. You don't get in a hurry when you put on decals. Just do a couple and so on and so forth. So by the end of the week, I should have most of the decals on for the weekend update, just like Saturday Night Live. Jonny Quest base. What I did, I gotta say this right up front, I really don't do dioramas for customers, and I want to tell you why. Like if I did a World War II diorama with like a building or something, it will, I cannot ship a, a full-blown diorama to someone's house because it would just get actually tore up. Because there's some things in the model world that I cannot build for people. I mean, I can build it, but I cannot ship it. That's the big deal. And dioramas is one, like the Titanic, big boats like that, with rigging or sailing ships, stuff like that. That's about the only thing that there's some things I can't build and ship to people. But simple like bases, for example, like an ODG base, which is a diorama base, and I can ship stuff like that. That's not a problem because it's durable and will take the abuse of shipping. So for the Jonny Quest base, it's a 12-inch square. However, I whacked off about a quarter of an inch, so it's basically 11 3/4 square. This way you'll have a little bit of an edge when you put it on the base, and it's just basically going to sit on top of the base. For the base itself, I use Celluclay, and if you want something harder, you'll have to use like Ultra Cal 30 or Durham's rock hard putty, which is water putty. But that's if you want to build dioramas for yourself. When I build for other people, I use Celluclay. Celluclay I also use for myself, but I also use it for customers to send it when I ship a simple base. This way it has a little flex to it, and you can it won't pretty much get damaged. But anyway, on the base I used Celluclay. I don't have it with me, but I use wood glue, not white glue, but wood glue. I mix it in with the Celluclay, mix it in with water, and apply it. And I've been doing this outside because it's been 100 degrees, and actually just cure time has just been outstanding. So I got basically the texture on the base, and for the base itself, I use pegboard, and this way the Celluclay bites into the holes, and it just makes it sturdy. And once you use wood glue with the Celluclay, you won't have warping. That's the problem with Celluclay. It has a tendency to warp wood, but this way, when you do a larger piece, it won't really it won't warp it at all. And once this gets to the destination, it'll be attached to the base, and it can be either glued on. You can also either take a hole, drill out some pilot holes, and you can screw on the base to the actual wood base and have it secured that way. But that's a suggestion down the road. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to make this base like the end credits, but we're going to try to make it a real, real, but keep the cartoon look too at the same time. So what I want to do is I want to put a little bit of a mounting about that big, I'm going to put a small little mountain right here, because this is basically 1/288 scale, so we can fib on the size of the mountains and rocks. And for that, I want to get some foil, crumple it up in a ball, put it here, and then put the study clay on it, and I'll just basically sculpt up the mountain. And then I'm going to, once it fully dries, I'm going to go in with some wood glue, not white glue, and I will put in some sand and some ground texture, and then we can paint it, and basically be done. And then I can start working on the finishing up the skid, and then drill a hole, put the wires in and everything, and show everybody what that looks like. So that's where I stand on the Jonny Quest base. And for Elliot Brown of Fedoratron.com, I went to an estate sale, and I found a Kingston Vacuum Works Kingston Mono vacuum former. And for whatever reason, I don't know, it was sold somewhere in Colorado, and however it ended up here, I have no idea. But anyway, I have a Kingston mono vacuum form kit, and it's actually, I mean, it's brand spanking new. The only thing it's missing is the frame around the for the plastic, and that's it. I mean, it had the plastic, the instructions, everything, just gorgeous. Then now I just wanted, I thought Elliot, you get a kick out of this. Now I have a Kingston mono to use, and a vacuum former for the collection. So it's just a very small world. I thought that was a unique find. So anyway, that's what I got going on today. We got a Kingston vacuum form mono, courtesy of Elliot Brown from way in the past. Got the Jonny Quest diorama base, and we are doing decal duty on the D7, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.